Find insight, guidance, and answers. Tune into Spirit with radio medium Laura Lee.
How would you like to break the cycle of almost there in all areas of your life? We're talking relationships, your career. We're talking about your health. Is that correct?
Yeah.
I have a guest here who has all the answers. Radio medium Laura Lee here with your 5-minute Spirit Reboot. And joining me today is international speaker, transformational coach, and minister, Felicia Searcy. Welcome.
Hi, Laura. It's so good to be here.
Thank you, Felicia. You call yourself the impact multiplier. And as one of your solutions to break the cycle, can you explain?
Yeah. So here's the thing to understand is that we are wired to desire things. And so many of us have been taught to tap those desires down, to not ask for too much. You take away from other people. You're being selfish. We've been trained to organize our world to avoid disappointment. So what happens is that people have a desire. They have that heart's calling. It feels so big and they start eroding it. They chunk it down to right size in their mind.
100%.
Yeah. So then they start the work of building that, but it's not completely what they want. They kind of want it. And so then it ends up being like this almost it. It's like an almost it proposition. And you can feel it. It's like, I should be happy with this. I should be grateful for this. I'm being so ungrateful. I'm being so, bratty about it that spiritual urge for something more is not going to leave us alone. And so when you really listen deeply, when you go deep and listen to that deep core level for the answer to this question, it's one of the most powerful questions that we can work with, which is, what would I love? Understanding that it is the presence of love itself seeking to express in a bigger, more expanded way through you and by means of you. Now you're building what is yours to build, and there's no longer that almost it kind of experience.
Right. And you help people get from almost it to hallelujah, I'm there.
Yeah.
And you say you can impact them and their productivity level 5 to 10 times. And you suggest doing this without burnout, correct?
Absolutely. And it's not so much me impacting them, but it's unlocking their impact. So I multiply impact by helping you unlock your impact. And if you're burned out, then you're literally eroding the impact that you're here to make. When we connect, and you know this, Laura, because you do this beautifully, when we connect with that life force energy and allow it to be the driving force, and we step into the thing that brings us most alive, it enlivens us, it empowers us, it expands us and our capacity to really make a difference in the world.
I like that. So what's the first step for somebody listening in right now? What would your first recommendation be to get on that path?
Yeah. So first thing, understand that you truly are a divine being and that there is a divine calling, that this desire, it's not your desire. It is life force energy seeking expression through you. So from that state of awareness, that partnership, that sense of communion and companionship, to really be in that question, just keep working with that question. So what would I love? And test it. And notice where you make something okay that's not okay. It's so subtle and it's so insidious.
You gave me chills. It's actually simpler than we make it. We make it so difficult, don't we?
That's it. And our energy will never lie to us. And so when you learn to trust the expansiveness, even in the face of something that feels so out of reach, realize in that moment, oh, this is my divine calling. I'm being called into this higher level of being and difference making as I really hear. So what would I really love? What brings me most alive?
Thank you for sharing your wisdom. We have so much more that we could tap into with that discussion. Where can people find you, Felicia Searcy?
You can go to FeliciaSearcy.com/spiritual success and download a whole spiritual success toolkit to really help you get started.
Thank you for sharing your time with us today, Felicia.
Absolutely. Thank you.
It was my pleasure. And if you like this episode and you want more spiritual wisdom, subscribe to the podcast and share it. Thank you.